Utah's development began with the pioneers who laid the foundation for this great state. Today, their monuments and gravestones mark the silent cemeteries across the state. This is a tribute to their memory, their story from the grave. In 1854, the first settlers of Ephraim built a small fort as protection from renegade Utes. The first death in Fort Ephraim was a man by the name of Manwaring. The details surrounding his death are unknown. Unfortunately, there had not been a cemetery site selected yet in the small fort. Permission was given to bury Mr. Manwaring in Spring City Cemetery 9 miles to the north. The funeral party, on their way to Spring City to bury Mr. Manwaring, was about 2 miles north of the fort when they were warned of Indians that were approaching. In fear of an imminent attack and stuck vulnerably between the two settlements, the party expeditiously dug a grave, buried Mr. Manwaring, and returned to the safety of the fort. These unexpected circumstances determined where Ephraim pioneers would be buried and gave birth to the Ephraim Pioneer Cemetery. Mr. Manwaring's gravesite is unknown, as are other burial spots that are recorded in journals but were not recorded on any map. One of the earliest distinguishable dates on a tombstone is that of William Henry Beale, infant son of Henry and Mary Beale, born September 23, 1855, died September 12, 1856. A stroll through the cemetery brings a picture of sorrow and tragedy, for many of the markers bear the names of children. Some died during infancy, others before they attained their teens. The plot of Jens and Christina Olson has 7 young children buried side by side, with dates ranging from 1892 to 1905. Several other plots have from 3 to 6 graves, naming little ones who died, often in consecutive years. Disease and malnutrition took a terrible toll in these years. An inscription on the grave of Kristen Willardson reads, "In memory of Kristen Willardson, born April 10, 1810, died June 29, 1897. Dear Father, rest in peace. You have nobly fought life's battle and well won eternal peace." Plot 25 is the resting place of Mary Johnson, September 27, 1887, and Rasmus Clausen, May 8, 1886, which reads, "Age 20, in life we loved, in death we are not separated." One of the most famous markers is the large gray granite marker. This monument, erected in memory of 7 people who were killed by Indians on the 17th of October, 1865, during a raid on Ephraim. The 4 men were killed as the Indians came down the canyon, namely Soren N. Jefferson, Benjamin J. Black, William T. Height, William W. Thorpe. Martin P. Kerr, his wife Hanson J. Kerr, and a 17-year-old girl, Elizabeth Peterson, were slain in the field west of town where they were gathering potatoes. The Indians left Kerr's 2-year-old son in the field unharmed. The 7 were all placed side by side in one grave. The monument was erected in 1953 by William Dobie Kerr, the 2-year-old son, who was 91 years old and lived to see his 97th birthday. Plot 17 is the resting place for Charles Christensen, February 9th, 1858, and Elizabeth Anderson, October 22nd, 1861. Their marker reads, "In life they were one, and death did not part them. Died by drowning in Funk's Lake on June 22nd, 1878. The Ephraim Pioneer Cemetery continued to be used until 1903, when the Park Cemetery on North Main in Ephraim was opened. The cemetery has gone through periods of neglect and renewal through the decades. Many of the headstones in the cemetery are weathered and you cannot read them. Others are broken or fallen over. Some headstones are just marked with a stone. In 1990, a committee was organized to transform the derelict cemetery to a more respectful resting place. In 1995, the Daughters of Utah Pioneers added plaques to inform visitors about the history of the site. In 2017, a local Boy Scout collected old farm equipment from the mid to late 1800s and placed them in the cemetery as part of an Eagle Scout project. Visitors today will see new shiny replacement headstones for some, alongside broken pieces marking the burial of others. Utah's development began with the pioneers who laid the foundation for this great state. Today, their monuments and gravestones mark the silent cemeteries across the state. This is a tribute to their memory, their story from the grave. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, please hit the like button. Leave us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.